Communism is a form of earthly government wherein, in theory, we all have perfect equality and we all have the same stuff. Now, it's not really my point to say that it doesn't work, because in some regards, no form of government works. They're all highly flawed, highly imperfect, and as I'm displaying, they both manifest the desire to do something right in God's eyes and simultaneously manifest a desire to do something wrong in God's eyes. So, if I was to be honest, I would say that the theoretical picture of communism is somewhat attractive. If it worked in the way that it was supposed to work, I find it pleasing. And in some regards, you're supposed to, in the kingdom of God, give the things God gave you back to serve God, to serve others. And we don't even pretend for a minute that we make money. God blesses you with it. When we tithe, we're giving back something that belonged to God that He gave to us, that you are a steward of, which is a very uncapitalist viewpoint. I mean, you're supposed to take it and magnify and grow it, which is a capitalist viewpoint, which means that really we're taking a nuanced spiritual thing, and because it won't break evenly into, don't translate perfectly into earthly terms, because of the limitations of our mind and our situation, that we take the piece we like and try to magnify it, and we end up breaking the other parts. I really desire a world where I can just do the things God made me to do, and whether I ever become wealthy or not, that I would always have access to the things that I need, that it would be considered a contribution. And I believe that works spiritually. It doesn't work nearly as well in the human physical world. I think that's a tragedy. That's a shortcoming, personally. One of my very dear friends reads the second chapter of Acts and gets an impression of Marxism, which is a form of communism. And I don't see it, but I think that that's a legitimate interpretation, as we're taking something spiritual and trying to translate it into something physical. So the positive is that it's predicated on a fairly spiritual idea, that you're just supposed to do the things God intends you to do, and God's going to make sure that you are taken care of. But the difference there, of course, is that it's God in place of government. And here's the real negative thing, is that to create the real equality they wanted, they believed in eliminating of what they consider to be antiquated beliefs, including religion. So communism is at its core anti-faith, anti-Jesus, anti-Bible, which is a hard thing to swallow. So the main point I want to show here is that these are not things we're taking with us into the kingdom of heaven. That rather what is occurring is these are tools that are necessary to accomplish things, some of which we believe based on our background. But background things are going to dissipate in heaven. Political things are going to dissipate in heaven. So vote and talk and act based on your biblical convictions, but understand that if you try to take those into heaven, you could find yourself drastically disappointed or confused, or even like ashamed of how bad your thoughts were. Okay, if I have encouraged you, blessed you, or equipped you in any fashion, please like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, pray more, complain less.